Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our Python programming class. Before we begin today's topic, let's quickly revise what we learned in our previous class about sets. Can anyone answer these questions? We learned about set. Can a set contain duplicate values? Is set ordered or unordered? Can we access elements using indexes? Which method adds an element and which method removes an element? What does union do and what does intersection do? Okay, these all are the earlier portion we have done in the previous class. Okay, today we are starting one of the most important topics in Python, okay, named as functions. So functions are used in almost every Python program. Learning functions will help you write shorter, cleaner and a reusable code. Okay, so in this class we are going to learn about function. Okay, firstly, I will tell the definition of function. Okay, a function is a block of code that performs a specific task. It is written once and can be formed using use can be used many times whenever needed. Okay, a function is a block of code that performs a specific task. It is written once and can be used many times when needed. Okay, so let's understand this with a real life example. Imagine you have a television at home. When you want to switch it on, you press the power button. When every time you press that button, the TV performs the same task and it turns on. You don't open the TV and connect wires every time. Similarly, in Python, a function is like a button. Whenever we call it, it performs a task. So I will give some real life examples, okay? Calculator for addition button, okay? I will give addition. Then washing machine, start button. These are the some real life examples, okay? And also we can say mobile phone for camera button, ATM for withdraw button. Each button performs one specific task. A function also performs one specific task, okay? Suppose you want to print welcome to Python class 10 times. With function you would write print welcome to Python class 10 times. Is this a good way? No, it is not a good way. It takes more time, makes the program longer and is difficult to maintain. So why do programmers use function? Let's understand with a simple example. Imagine you need a calculate Imagine you need to calculate the area of a rectangle in 20 different places in your program. With functions, you write the same formula 20 times. That means more typing, more chance of mistake, bigger program, difficult to update. So instead, write one function and use it whenever needed. So firstly, I will tell the advantages of functions. Okay, code reusability. Okay, code reusability. Okay, so it can use many times, save time, and another thing is save time. Another advantage. Okay, then we can reduce errors, easy to read. Okay, then easy to debug. These are the main advantages. Okay, suppose you have to print your college name 100 times, which is easier? A. Okay, write print 100 times. Then these are some examples. Okay, now I will introduce you types of function. Okay, there are mainly two type of functions in Python. First one is built-in function. Okay, the first main function is built-in function. Okay, these functions are These are functions already provided by the Python. Okay, I will explain each one briefly. Okay, first one, print. It displays output. Okay, then input. It takes input, and len. Okay, this one finds the length. Okay, then type. Okay, this one shows the data type. Okay, shows the data type. This one finds the largest value. Okay, these are the main one, all ones, and I explained it also. So now I will explain it with one example. Okay, just look at the coding part. Okay, now we will get the output as 6. Okay, we will get the output as 6. The length counts the number of characters in the string. Okay, now we will learn about user defined functions. Okay, functions created by the programmer are called user defined functions. Python give us many built-in functions, but sometimes we need our own functions. Then we create them ourselves. Okay, I will tell you one real life analogy. Okay, built-in function. Buying ready-made food from a restaurant. User-defined function means cooking your own food at home according to your taste. Okay, I will ask you two questions. You can answer that question in your mind. I give 10 seconds to answer. Okay, what is a built-in function? Name three built-in functions. Okay, just try to answer in the mind. I will give you 10 seconds. So now we are going to learn about creating your first function. Okay, I will give you the structure of creating function. Okay, def means define. Okay, it tells that we are creating a function. Okay, then the function name we can see here, the name given to the function. Okay, and this parenthesis, they are compulsory after the function name, and the semicolon indicates the beginning of the function body. Okay, so we can do one example. Okay, okay, now we are running the code. Okay, we'll get the output, welcome to Python. Okay, yeah, the code execution is successful. The first line, we are creating a function named greet, and the second line, the statement belongs to the function, it will execute only when the function is called. And the third line, greet, this is called calling the function. When Python sees greet, it executes all the statement inside the function. Okay, and that's how we get the output as welcome to Python. Now we can move on to the next part, calling a function. Okay, Creating a function is not enough. If we don't call it, Python will never execute it. Okay, now we can do one example. So we'll get the answer as nothing because the function is created but never called. That's why we get the answer nothing. Okay, now just change one thing. Just call the function. Okay, so we will get the answer. So we will get the output as hello student. That's how it will work. Okay, now I will teach you one more example. Okay, just calling the function will come, and we just run the code. We will get three welcome. Okay, one function can be called as many times as we want. This is the biggest advantage of function. Remember the word once again. One function can be called as many times as we want. This is the biggest advantage of functions. Okay. Now I will give two more questions. You can answer that in mind. Which keyword is used to create a function? What is the purpose of def? I will give you 10 seconds. You can answer that in the mind. Okay. So everyone, we have reached the end of the today's class. Let's take a few minutes to revise everything we learned about functions in Python. Today we learned that a function is a block of code that performs a specific task. Instead of writing the same code again and again, we can write it once inside a function and use it whenever we need it. This helps us write clean, organized, and reusable programs. We also understood the importance of functions through real life examples such as power button on a television, the camera button on a mobile phone, and the withdraw button on a ATM. Just like these buttons performs a specific task when pressed. A function performs a specific task when it is called. Next, we discussed why functions are important. They helped us reuse code, save time, reduce programming errors, make programs easier to read, make debugging and maintenance easier. Then we learned that there are two types of functions in Python: built-in functions, functions already provided by Python such as print, input, len, type, and max. User-defined functions, functions created by the programmer according to the program's requirement. After that, we learned how to create a function using def keyword. We also understood the part of a function: def keyword, function name, parenthesis, colon, and indentation. Finally, we learned how to call a function. A function does not run automatically after it is created. It executes only when we call it using its name followed by parentheses. Remember this important point. Okay, I'll write one important point. Remember this very well. If a function is not called, the Python will not execute the code inside it. Okay, if the function is not called, the Python will not execute the code inside it. Now I will give three questions to check What is a function? Why do we use functions? Name any three advantages of function. You can answer them. I will give you 10 seconds. You can answer them in your mind. Okay. So now I will give you two homeworks that you can practice from the home. This is the first question. Write a function named greet that prints good morning. Okay. Then one more question I will give. Create a function named college that prints the name of your college. Okay. Create a function named college that prints the name of your college. Do this homework. And in our next class, we will continue with functions in Python and learn about function parameters, arguments, positional arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, return statement, and practical programs using functions with parameters and return values. These concepts will help you to create more flexible and powerful Python programs. So first of all, congratulations. Today you learned one of the most important concepts in programming. Functions are used in almost every real-world Python application because they make code reusable, organized, and easier to maintain. Keep practicing the examples and complete today's homework. Remember, the best way to master programming is by writing code every day. So, thank you for your active participation and enthusiasm throughout the class. I look forward to see you in the next section where we will explore functional function parameters and arguments in detail. So, have a great day. Keep practicing. Happy coding. Thank you.